Hey there my meaty friends. In this video I'm going to show you how to use pork tenderloin in 3 different ways. Before we get started, I want to show you what I do to prep a pork tenderloin. I prefer to remove the silver skin anytime I'm butchering meat. You don't have to do this, but I filmed it so I'm going to show you. Start on the edge of it and work your knife down to cut it off. There's really not much to it other than taking the silver skin off and trimming any odd pieces. For the first one, we are going to be making pork mignon, which is just a bacon-wrapped pork tenderloin fillet. Simply take your pork tenderloin and cut it into 1.5-inch medallions. Beautiful, yeah? Next up, get a few toothpicks and a few strips of bacon. Wrap the bacon around this medallion and skewer with a toothpick to hold it in place. And that's pretty much the gist of it. I've done this on metal skewers as well to make the cooking time much easier by putting them all on one skewer. Once all these are done, place them into a pan that's set over medium-high heat and begin to sear on all sides, including the bacon. I also season mine up pretty simply with salt and a little pepper. You can finish them in this pan on the eye if you want, but I placed mine into an oven that was set to 300 degrees Fahrenheit for about 8 minutes or until I reached an internal temperature of 145 degrees Fahrenheit. Let them rest for a few minutes to let the juices redistribute. Look at that. I'm gonna take a bite. Scrumptious. When I say I'm going to pound my meat, I mean that literally. You should get some plastic wrap ready, and some meat. Take a knife and butterfly this open. This step is just to get an even thickness on your meat. Cover this with your plastic wrap and begin to pound, with something heavy. Just continue to beat your meat until it's about half the size you started with. Next up, destroy an egg into a bowl and further destroy it with a fork. Season up your pork tenderloin with salt on both sides. Say it with me. No bland chops. Place your cutlet into your egg, and then into some ground pork rinds. I had about 1 ounce of those on the plate. Bring this over to a pan that has 3 tablespoons of beef tallow or lard that's set over medium heat. Let this cook for about 2 to 4 minutes per side, flipping occasionally. Now that's crispy. Plate this up nicely with a smear of sour cream and dig on in. It's super simple, but absolutely scrumptious. For the Cuban-ish pork tenderloin, I'm going to bring out my secret ingredient, an orange, also known as your worst enemy. I already have a pan set to medium-high heat with some bacon grease from the first recipe, so I'm going to use that to sear my whole tenderloin on all sides. I season this up with about a ½ teaspoon of salt, a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, a ½ teaspoon of onion powder, and a 1/4 teaspoon of granulated garlic. I repeated this on the other side and continued to sear. The other secret ingredient is cumin seeds. You're only looking to get these lightly toasted in the pan. I squeeze the life out of my orange, and then I place the peel into the pan. Follow this up with about 1 cup of water so we can have some sort of liquid for our braising liquid. Wrap this with some foil as well as you can and place it into an oven at 275 degrees Fahrenheit for about 50 minutes or until the meat is tender. Just look at that. Get that tender little guy out of the pan and place the pan over medium-high heat to reduce your braising liquid. While that's reducing, let's shred this meat. I grabbed 2 forks and immediately realized I'm a fool. This is a hella lean cut of meat, so falling apart really wasn't going to happen. No worries, I have a plan B. Chop this up with a cleaver that weighs way too much until it's in smaller pieces. After you've gotten that chopped up, your braising liquid should be reduced and slightly thickened. Place your meat back into the pan and mix it back into the liquid. Really, you can stop here and enjoy this, but I'm going to take it a bit further. Place some pork rinds into a bowl and top with a little bit of your nacho cheese sauce. Check out the card above for that recipe if you're interested. Put some of your pork on, and a little more cheese sauce. I wanted a bit of spice, so I squirted a little sriracha on there. I also wanted some color, so I sprinkled on a little bit of thinly sliced scallions. And that's looking pretty damn good to me. Let's give this a taste, see how it is. Scrumptious. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a huge thumbs up and comment what your favorite recipe was. Also, leave suggestions of meats you want to see more recipes of. See y'all next time.